One thing you can do for ADHD is have compassion. Research shows that parent compassion is hugely important for kids with ADHD. Compassion means understanding and not blaming your child's behavior as a conscious choice. ADHD is a real brain difference. Here's some examples of the kind of situations where you're going to need to have compassion, even though you might not feel like it. So, impulsivity in the classroom. One of my clients had a story about how he would somewhat torment his teacher with so many questions and comments. He was just out of his seat with questions. Later on, the teacher came to find that that was actually very helpful because he was so engaged in the lesson, it got him thinking about his lessons more fervently. Hyperactivity. An example of that is a neighbor of ours who was very hyperactive. He created a go kart. He built this go kart himself using a snowblower motor. It ran really fast, but it didn't have very good brakes. That's exactly what it looks like in ADHD. And another example of impulsivity at home is this time that I remember my son when he got bit by a spider. It was a big spider, and I remember I was on my way out the door for graduate school, and I heard this screeching sound in the basement. So I went running down there to check out the spider, and it was a big one. So I called the doctor to find out, and the doctor said, "Well, it sounds like a wolf spider, but those don't typically bite kids." And I said, "Well, he was handling it." He said, "Well, in that case, maybe it would bite him." And I was, of course, on my way out the door. It was really stressful. But you have to remember, this kid wasn't doing this to cause trouble. That's what impulsivity looks like. Parents need to understand that ADHD is simply how their brain works. They see something and they go for it. There's less concern for future consequences. This would be a wonderful thing in some cases because obstacles that plague others do not interfere with their motivation or their goals. It can also make for some risky decision making. Support your child's creative thinking and new ideas. Also help them take impulsivity seriously. Bring risky behavior to their attention and problem solve how to avoid situations that are too dangerous. These are some great ways that you can have compassion for your child who may be showing signs of ADHD.